YouTube now. I think I solved the issue. If not, I'm giving up. You gotta come to Facebook. All right. Welcome. Everybody, welcome.
Hi,
if you don't know who I am, this is your first time attending. My name is Jus. Some people call me King Jus. Some people just call me Jus. I don't care which one you call me, as long as you call me by one of those two. Anyways, and tonight we're gonna play the Blerdy Dating Game. All right. Now, the Blerdy Dating Game is 3 different games, right? And they all have different purposes. And this is for people that's looking to intentionally date. They really want to find someone specifically, for them, find their partner. So we're going to simulate a live dating situation. But we also going to really try to help Ayanna here find special someone that she can, rock with as well. So Ayanna, put out your Instagram, maybe
what is my
potential
Instagram?
Someone might want to slide in your DMs.
Okay. My Instagram, I believe, is Blanco_way. So BLANCO_WAY.
Blanco, okay. Blanco as in white?
Yeah.
Okay.
As Elder Blanco's niece, if I gotta be.
Oh, okay. So where you from?
I am from Norwalk.
Norwalk.
Yeah.
Norwalk what?
Norwalk, Connecticut. I'm sorry, I'm from Norwalk, Connecticut.
All right. How old are you? What's your sign?
I'm 42. I am a Leo. I'm an August Leo. Do not compare to the July ones. It's a big difference. But I'm a huge difference. August Leos are more outgoing.
Okay.
We like to be real grand, elaborate, over the top. We're very sociable. We have good energy. People love being around us. July are cool too. A Leo is a Leo, but big August, we do things a little different.
Okay. All right. I'm going to leave that alone.
It's for the best.
Because y'all cowardly lying ass niggas. Anyways.
Crying Leos.
Yeah, crying Leos. Yep. Anyways, you have any kids?
I do. I have 3 boys, 2 of which are young adults. They're 20-year-old twins. And then I have an 11-year-old son.
11-year-old son. Any more kids in the future?
No.
All right. That's sure. I'm
positive. At one point I was considering, but now, no. Okay. I'll just wait for in the next 10 years.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, welcome. It's nice to meet you.
Nice.
Yes. And let's start off by, introduce myself again. For y'all know, my name is Justin. I'm originally from Connecticut, and today I'm drinking tequila. No sugar, y'all. What are you drinking on?
I'm drinking some Prosecco by Lunetta, and it's the Prosecco Rosé, so it had a little bubbly, so I drunk it.
All right. One thing I realized playing these games, when you have a drink while you're playing this game, you get a lot more honesty out of people.
Oh, you're trying to get me to tell my business.
Yes. So I need you to take a big gulp right now. Take a big gulp.
Absolutely not, Justin. No.
Why not? Come on, please. One for the team.
No.
One for the team. So, anyways, so when was your last relationship?
Oh God. I would say about 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Okay. All right. What happened in that last relationship?
There was a lot of mistrust, a lot of lies.
Well, somebody said you lying.
I'm not lying. I don't have no reason to lie.
Anthony.
So,
Mm-hmm.
no,
So,
it's been a little. I've been single for some time. But that doesn't mean I haven't, dated or, gone out with guys and things like that. And honestly, for a very long time, I've preferred to be single because I like to, basically explore my options, see what's out there, take my
take your time.
Mm-hmm. A lot of self-reflecting during that period.
Okay.
So
can you dive a little deeper into the self-reflecting?
certainly. I feel like, as women, when we're dating, we have to be very conscious and aware of the things that we want. And I think for a very long time, after my relationship with my kid's father went left, I just didn't really know exactly what I wanted. And I was still young too. I was like early 30s. I was raising a family. I went back to school. That's when I got my first degree. So I was really trying to find who I was, what I wanted to do, and how I can even contribute to a successful relationship. So I think that part is very important. Oftentimes, we're like, well, what can this person bring to the table? What can they do for me? But you also have to look within and be like, well, what do I provide for the relationship? And at that time, honestly speaking, I don't think I was capable of being a good partner.
So
you have to stand in your own truth, right?
Okay.
In order.
So what do you bring, or what do you see yourself bringing to a relationship now from 5 years ago?
Everything.
Nah. What you didn't bring to the relationship then to
right. Back then, I wasn't financially capable of sustaining on my own. So I know I was going to bring any, financial benefits to anybody else. I don't think I've been called selfish quite a few times. So I feel like I get to work on that. But now I feel like I bring the emotional stability. I feel like I bring communication.
Okay.
What else? I just feel like I have a really good balance on life now. Work-life balance was a struggle then because I was young. Trying to navigate motherhood, trying to navigate being a good girlfriend to the kid's dad. And, it was just a lot of factors. But now I feel like the most important key factors for me to bring to the table, because I can handle my own. I'm financially stable. I'm emotionally stable. Like, I'm just not flying off the handle no more. Because at one point, I was just all over the place.
Okay.
And I'm learning, what to respond to, what not to respond to. Those are key factors too. So I just feel like now I'm in a good place of communication. Just overall, I feel like, I bring a lot.
Okay, so because earlier today you said you have a full-time job, 3 boys, and you're in school full-time.
Full-time, I'm doing a full-time internship.
So how the hell you have time to entertain?
I don't have time. That's the problem. But you know what? Just like I said, you have to find that balance, right? I don't do anything unless my schoolwork is done first. I don't do anything unless my home is taken care of first. So I meet my priorities and then I can venture off. You have to make time for yourself. There's no such thing as I don't have no me time. You can provide, you cannot be of substance, you cannot be there for somebody if you're not there for yourself. So I'm sure that I take care of Ayanna. So while I'm outside. I don't play. If I got to pack up this laptop, it's coming. I'm coming, and the laptop is coming. Just know we outside.
Yeah, we outside. All right. So, first question.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of your deal breakers or situations you try to steer clear of in a relationship?
In a serious relationship, I want to stay far and clear from someone who has multiple baby moms.
How many baby dads you
One.
got?
What's up?
High five.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Is that the guy from the 5-year relationship 5 years ago?
No. Me and my father haven't been together in almost 10 years.
Did he ever try to
great co-parenting relationship? So my kids aren't looking for a daddy. I am.
Do he try to ever circle back?
He's tried. And to be very honest and transparent, ideally, if too much didn't already happen in the relationship, he would be a really good guy. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people can't say that about their kid's father, but I can. He's not only is he's considerate of me as being the kid's mom. And don't get me wrong, there's times he called me. There's times when it ain't good, but he's very considerate of my time. He's considerate of my needs as the kid's mother.
Mm-hmm. And
he's a really good provider. And that goes
awesome.
Now he realizes that his kids is in this household, so he does for the household as needed.
Okay, so now if another man pulls up,
mm-hmm.
Is he gonna slow down? Is he gonna fall back, or is he?
Because
that's a different type of boundary talk that you ain't mentioning.
It is. You're absolutely right. I don't think he would slow down as far as with the kids. With me, certainly.
Okay.
I think with me, totally, because now he's like, okay, you got somebody. You don't really, what you calling me to put, with this or help with that, the groceries or whatever the case is.
Andy and I are kind of thinking alike, like y'all two need to go back together. But that's not what we're here for.
No, I said ideally he would be, if I was being, realistic about dating and stuff like that, he would be a perfect candidate. Like, I don't have it. I think he's
so always. Is he in a relationship with someone?
He's not. Well, I don't think he is. He was. Justin, it's a long story, and I'm not going to get up here and divulge too much into it. But my kid's father and I are in a good space, and it took a while to get here. There were some things that were done on both ends because we both were young. I just think this is what I think. I think it was the perfect relationship, could have been at the wrong time.
Have y'all tried therapy as a family together?
We don't need therapy. He might.
Everybody
therapy.
Everybody could use a little therapy.
I mean, I've done therapy on my own. I love it.
I'm talking about y'all together can.
No. For what?
I mean, because you said you being honest with yourself that he is a great guy, and
he's just not he's not the guy for me now. When I wanted those things, or when I felt like he was, what I was looking for, he didn't pull through. So I just feel like, it's time for us. It's been time. It's been 11 years, and it works.
Stop fronting, Bobby.
Anthony, that's his cousin. He's so. He is
all right. So enough of your children's father. All right. So describe the guy for you now.
First of all, if we're physically, he has to be tall, dark, and handsome. I ideally would love a dark-skinned guy. However, I've dated chocolate.
Morris Chestnut, Idris Elba type.
Who?
Morris Chestnut, Idris Elba.
Yeah. For sure.
6 feet and taller or 5'10" and taller?
Nah, you got to at least give me 6 feet. I'm 6'2". So he has to at least be 6 feet. I've dated some guys or went on dates with guys that have been 6 feet.
What's wrong with the white chocolate man?
No, not my cup of tea.
Spanish man?
Not my cup of tea.
It has to be a black guy.
Preferably.
Can he be African?
I'm open to going on a date to explore, because at one point I really wasn't open, you know, and now that I'm older, I'm keeping an open mind. Ideally, my husband is a black man, but I'm open to, you know, going out on dates and seeing what they.
So you're open to other races just to see how it is. You're not really sold on the idea.
I'm not sold on the idea, but I'm trying to be open about it, open-minded, trying to give other people opportunities, because honestly, the dating pool is so small, right? Yeah. So I feel like us women, we really have to give trying different, you know, ethnicities and races and things like that a try, because otherwise we're narrowing down, you know, our selections.
True.
So I'm open. I'm open. You know, I'm gonna say I'm open, but I preference is a black man.
It's a black man. All right. Can he be Caribbean? He can be Caribbean, African, as long as he's black.
Definitely. Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, African.
All right, cool. All right. So 6 feet and taller? 6. Okay.
But see, if he's gonna be 5'11", he has to bring big energy. Because, and I said, what I mean by that is I'm already tall, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like some guys who are in between tall and average have some kind of insecurities, or they're intimidated by taller women, which is fine. You can't rock the boat or you can't stand on the ship. That's cool. I respect that. But if you are 5'11", you have to be confident in who you are, what you stand for, and all of those things, because I'm very confident in everything that I do. When I walk outside, I have good posture. You know, I'm walking in my purpose. And a part of me is my height, and I own and I wear that very well. So you have to be extremely confident. If you're not, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's not. And you know what I find, Justin? It's always the guys that's 5'7" and shorter. They will run down on me.
They will climb that tree.
Look.
Chop that thing down.
Listen here. It be the guys that 6'4" with they 4'11" girlfriends, and I'm like, boo. But you know, sometimes they'll, you know, but the 5'7" and under, oh, they running down and up.
Since you brought it up,
Both, Tommy. And honestly, because Tommy asked, do I like girth or length? I think
I,
all like both. However,
okay, I was gonna ask,
huh?
what's the length? What's the
I think a good size for me, because I'm a big girl, is at least 7 to 8. You come into my yeah. I no. If you got a dick hanging from here to hell, please leave me alone. I want all my walls. I want my insides to be intact. I just
so you want 7 to 8 inch hanger? You good with
yeah,
that?
a good yeah. Who want 9 to 12 inch? That's uncomfortable. Gotta be.
I wouldn't know.
Y'all back me up, ladies.
Yeah. You might want to ask the chat, what's comfortable?
What's a comfortable size? I don't know. For me, I'm just getting, look, I'm just trying to tell y'all what I like.
All right. Yeah, your guy definitely is going to be African name Matumbo.
Oh, man.
Anyways, all right. So you prefer a modern relationship or traditional?
Traditional.
Traditional.
Like the guys that approach you in the store. I like the guys that call you on the phone. Please don't text me with foolishness all day. Hey, beautiful, what you doing? Please miss me. I like the old school way of dating. Even if it's your homegirl, what's your homegirl name? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All of that other shit they got going on out here. Although I've tried modern day dating, I've done a dating app before, and I went on some really good dates. And I actually, it was short lived, but I dated this guy that I met online. He was. See, my cousins and them, they think I kind of sabotaged the relationship because I was still emotionally involved with something else. So they feel like, I kind of self-sabotage. But, that was a really good experience. He actually checked off a lot of the boxes, that I was looking for. Financially stable. He was making close to 6 figures. Family oriented. He had twins too. He had a daughter and a son. Worked for a prestigious college out here. We both he played basketball in college, and then he ended up coaching. So we had that in common.
You played ball?
I did. I played for Fairfield University, and prior to that, I played at North High School.
Oh, okay.
Here in Connecticut. But typically I like the traditional way of dating.
Okay. All right. So if you could throw away the rule book, what would you do differently in life?
Ooh. Well, I could tell you one thing. I would have finished school when I was supposed to, straight out of high school. For some that know, some may not know, I was on a full athletic scholarship at Fairfield University. I ended up leaving there sooner than expected. I would do that whole thing differently. I probably would have stayed. Or even if I didn't stay, because I wanted to be more of a student body, more so than a student athlete. I never really was into basketball. I was just good at it. So it was forced, I feel like, onto me, but it was definitely something that I learned from. So if I had the opportunity to go back, I mean, my kids are here. I probably would have waited, till after I graduated, because now going to school as a 42-year-old adult, working full-time internship, being a full-time mother, trying to manage life, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it gets done.
It gets done.
Trust that.
I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So last question from the NY deck. I call this the PG version of questions. It's very introductory questions, basic. You know,
Thank
there's
you.
70 questions.
I'm sorry, Justin. Let me chime in really quick. Thank you guys so much
Mm-hmm.
for joining in. We really appreciate y'all's support. I don't know, Anthony. I've been looking for my damn, I had all my stuff together, but I don't know where it's at. Y'all have to get whatever y'all get on these lists.
Bobby making sure you on point.
Yeah, he is.
No, that's a good family member right there.
He all right.
He's all right. That's it. He's all right.
Andy said, what Andy say? Put the cards away and what? I see you, nephew.
You can ask a question if you want to ask. But last question from this NY deck.
Okay.
How do you feel about managing finances in a relationship?
How do I feel about managing finances?
In a relationship.
Because I got my finances in the bag. It took me a while to get here. I feel like at our grown age, we should have a savings.
Yeah.
I
mean, in a relationship, like, if y'all living together or whatever,
mm-hmm.
how would it work?
Like we both of us should have a savings account. I feel like when it comes to finances in your relationship, you have to do what works best for you.
Mm-hmm.
The new societal norm, I think, is it 50? No, I think they were complaining about 50-50, or no man should go 50-50 with a woman. Somebody come in here and go 50-50, I'm in my glory. Thank you, Lord. But I feel like, honestly, it has to work for your relationship. It's not often that nowadays women are making more than men.
That's a fact.
So we with a lesser income than us and paying 100% of our bills. That's not realistic to me. However, I do feel like if I could put in 60% and you put in 40%, why not? If that's what our income reflects. Now, if you the breadwinner, yeah.
Kenya said, would you go 50-50 on a date?
No. And I don't think I want to go 50-50 in my household either. I'm just throwing it out there like that. I was making a joke, like if somebody came here and helped me with any of the bills, I would be happy. But honestly speaking, I feel like especially on a date, no, and that's the thing with men too. I feel like men don't pursue the woman as they used to do. And I feel like when you're pursuing the woman and because you're supposed to be chasing me. I feel like you are supposed to be the one to flip the bill.
So define chasing, pursuing.
Okay. So when you
give an example.
Right. So if you're pursuing someone and you feel like this person might be a good fit in your life, or you want to get to know them, you want to date them, you should be the initiator. Mm-hmm. You should be the one, making arrangements for y'all to go out. You should be the one saying, calling to say, hey, how's your day going? Mm-hmm. I feel like women are pursuing men, which is absolutely absurd to me. I've watched on Facebook 10 different women proposing to men. When did that become a thing? Mm. The man is supposed to take charge. Y'all want to be the leaders. Y'all want to be the providers. Y'all want us to sit back and put our feet up, but we are not comfortable doing that.
Don't say we. I mean, some women doing it, so say you're not.
Right, some women are doing it. It's just not me.
This is about you.
I cannot put my feet up and watch you lead me into the darkness. I've been there. I've done that. You try to give the man or the guy, the title as the leader and the provider. The only thing they be providing is a whole headache. They be leading you to hell. So if you guys want us women to not talk about y'all paying our bills and all of those things, you have to set the tone. I feel like that's a man's job. God created man and woman. He created the man, yes, to reproduce and all of those wonderful things, but he also created you guys to be protectors. We're the nourishers.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why you laughing?
Anthony said,
Anthony,
Lord Bobby, someone wants to rub those ships. Yeah, these comments is hilarious.
God didn't create jobs. Yo, Anthony is stupid. Don't pay him no mind. Whatever.
Yo. Oh my God, yo.
Justin, you ain't take a sip yet.
I've been sipping way more than you.
Oh.
This is comical.
Yeah, I'm just saying, nah, y'all gotta step up. Yes, I feel like a man should pay for the first date. Absolutely.
Second date too?
I have a different standard and different expectation. Not all women.
I'm just asking, when do
Yes.
you pay? When do you pay?
Date, sure.
When do you pay?
Probably the third date.
Third date.
I could, you know what? I got it this time.
All
But
right, so
see some consistency in the beginning too.
So when do he clap?
Steve said 90 days.
And that's what you going
That's
with?
what I'm going with.
Okay.
But I feel like if within those 90 days,
I'm not gonna even ask you when the last time you whatever. I'm gonna ask you your last relationship.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take? And did he take you on 3 dates and pay for them before he got those cheeks?
See, the thing is, the last person we had.
Oh, you starting off lying already.
I know.
You starting off. See, what happened was, you know what I'm saying? You know, you
No, because it was a whole thing. No, seriously. It was a situation where he wasn't even present. And this is what I'm telling, right? This is what I'm saying. This was a long time ago.
5 years ago. You was 38, 30, like, come
on, no. It was a long time ago. And we were dealing with each other. Just like, oh, you letting me finish?
Yeah.
So we were dealing with each other off and on for some time, right?
Yeah.
He went away somewhere.
He got locked up.
And we kind of reconnected.
He came home, fresh out.
So that's different. You don't really, 90 days, a nigga coming home, nobody got 90.
He on them hills. He like, yo, I got a loaded pistol in my pocket. This roll of quarters, boy.
I'm not with you.
Let me put this in your washing machine. Come on. Turn the spin cycle on.
Right. So that's a different situation. However, the guys, I've gone on dates since then. And the one that I was, taking more seriously, it took a minute because I really enjoyed just being in his company and him whining and dining and taking me out and us having good conversation because he didn't get too far. And he had his own place. So I would visit him. That wasn't a thing for us because he's on a different level. And honestly, I was a little intimidated by him because I never dealt with someone that had the level of intellect that he had, the level of maturity. So I do feel like in some instance, I kind of self-sabotaged that whole situation. There's some things that I probably would have done differently, but yeah, he was, he paid for all the dates. I don't think it was, but I would have been willing, but I don't think it was a time where I had to come out of my pocket with him.
So this was the last guy you was dating?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was wrong with him?
I felt like he was a little bit of a manipulator. And I felt like if I'm going to deal with manipulating behaviors, I may as well stick to what I'm used to.
All right. I had a discussion with someone earlier about manipulation.
Okay.
And I feel like some women definitely need it.
Why?
Depending on what it is.
Okay. And to what capacity? Because y'all take that shit, I feel like some men, their manipulating tactics make you question your own sensibility. Like, am I a little bit?
Well, you got to use. Men need to learn how to use more discernment on when they use these skills.
Okay.
So, like, say if we're going skydiving, you're afraid of heights or whatever. I would have to essentially learn how to act you in a creative way and psych you out to end up getting you to go skydiving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, since that's a kind of a form of manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so some people need it. So I'm curious. I really don't want to go too deep into it, but I'm curious, like, how did he try to manipulate you in what areas? Because we can learn
Mm-hmm.
from, you know.
Well, he was a divorcee. So he was a little older than I think maybe by like, and this was last year, so, or the year before. So he was like maybe 6 years older than me, I think. And
I mean, so that means you're the same age because men mature slower than women. So
yeah,
what are you saying?
but he was there. He was very mature, but he knew what the hell he was doing. He was just, I feel like you guys, I feel like a lot of
Can you give us an example?
All right, so he was a divorcee. He
Divorcee doesn't matter.
yeah,
The situation.
so yeah, I'm about to tell you. So he was, I feel like a part of him still was connected to his ex-wife. So we had made plans to go out. No, actually we had made plans for Thanksgiving. So I was cooking a small meal. You know, I usually cook something for my household anyway, even if we go out. So I was making a small dinner for the household. And he was supposed to come later on. I knew he was going to, you know, Jersey, because he's from Jersey. He was going to Jersey to see his you know, mother and stuff like that. And then the time just started going by. Dinner on Thanksgiving starts at 3:00.
Mm-hmm.
You should be done with family time at least by 7, 8, especially if you have plans. Don't make no sense if you can't be here at a reasonable time. What's the face? So
I don't have a family, so I don't know.
He had all of these different scenarios and reasons why he showed up later than expected. And it's probably more gaslighting than being manipulative. But I just feel like be honest and open. If you
So all right now, so he wasn't manipulative. He just probably was lying about what he was doing.
isn't that a part of manipulation?
No.
What? Why not?
No, he was directly lying or avoiding the issue. Is either he was lying or he was lying. Like,
he was trying to manipulate me and believing that there was all of these different scenarios going on.
you sure he wasn't just trying to prove to you that all this other stuff was going on versus?
I mean, I really wasn't asking for that. It was just like, okay, you can't be here. So now he's on. Now he feel like he has to defend whatever's going on, and I'm like, okay.
So he wasn't manipulative. He was just
Andy
trying
said,
to back up. He was just trying to back up what he was saying.
okay,
Or his point.
maybe.
Because women throw that manipulative thing. They also throw out narcissistic all the time, and I'll be like, yo, so
I
how you?
know a narcissist from a mile away.
Like, I'll be like, yo, how? And then when you break it down, I'll be like, the fuck are you talking about? So he was just lying.
Okay, maybe it was that, but I feel like he was trying to
prove his
me
point or get you to believe him.
Trying to prove his point. That's what we gonna go with, Justin.
You sure you don't need therapy?
I don't. I'm fine.
That's a red flag.
Why is that a red flag? Because but the thing is, I told you I have a therapist. I haven't gone in a while, but I mean, I know
Fred said, yes, we just be lying. That's all.
Okay, well, maybe he was lying.
Anthony said he had the video footage. Boom. Like, mic drop. All right. Manipulative. Man, she does need therapy. Art, yes.
Why do I need therapy? Because I'm telling y'all to see. You see how y'all reverse that? I'm telling you how he lied. He was
you said how he manipulated.
Okay, well, same difference.
No, it's not.
So why do I need?
You know what?
Because I felt like he was being a manipulator.
It's all right. You're just getting gaslit right now. All right, so it's all right. It's all
Whatever.
right. It's all right. All right. So y'all can see how the NY card deck, you can really dive into a little deep into someone's psyche and figure them out. And that's I call this the PG version. The PG
Always.
version.
What about you? What about me? I'm perfect.
If you just sit there and listen to someone and ask these basic questions, and some of these questions not complicated, you could get a lot out of someone. But anyways, this next deck, I call this the PG-13 version. This is called Proceed with Caution. All right. So this goes into a little bit more deeper, 70 questions, a little bit more deeper into, someone's personal life or whatever you want to call it, in their psyche or even their heart. Is it all right? We play the second version. Ayanna,
Okay.
is it?
Definitely.
All right. So, first question: sharing passwords can be a sign of trust, but it also involves privacy and boundaries. How comfortable are you with sharing passwords for social media, email, cell phones, accounts, whatever?
Not comfortable at all.
You're not comfortable.
Mm-mm.
Why is that?
Because I have girlfriends, I have cousins, I have
Side
coworkers.
niggas.
What? What you say, Justin? Ain't no side dudes. I just feel like that's invasive. I feel like if you got to have somebody's password to see what they're doing and what they're talking about, that's a mental illness. I don't want to be able to know every detail or every conversation that you're having with someone.
I mean,
I feel like, and
you
not
can know
only
the password, but you don't have to check it.
no, more than likely, if I have the password, I'm gonna want to check it. I think that just leaves room for foolishness in a relationship. I mean, and I'm hoping that if someone was to give me their password, that they wouldn't have foolishness in their phone.
Mm-hmm.
However, you just don't know. And maybe it's my own past traumas. I done went through phones and broke through passwords. And I just don't even want to know what's in your phone. What's in your phone is your business. That has nothing to do with me. And then it also violates whoever you're communicating with privacy. Me and my girlfriend, she could be telling me anything. And you decide to go in my phone one day just to, because you have the password.
I have a question. So you and your girlfriends, y'all be sending each other's whatever dudes dick pics and everything else.
Sometimes, yeah, absolutely.
So y'all be sharing.
Right. Certainly, absolutely. Yeah, because I need a cousin. He look good. What you think about him? Look what he said. Absolutely.
So the screenshots, the pictures he be sending you be forwarded into the group text with your homegirls.
I mean, not necessarily all the time, but there has been an occasion or two where I've been like, look at this. But typically when I do that, it's somebody that I'm not even serious with and don't want to be serious with. Like if somebody that I'm really feeling or I like, absolutely not. No way, Jose. But a random nigga that's just sending his picture or, we talking, the conversation ain't really what it is. I don't see us, moving forward. Definitely. I'd be like, look at this.
So password sharing is not a must.
No.
For cell phones, but what about, other little things like emails or...
Why would I need the password to somebody?
I mean, some people just...
It's passwords and email sharing and account sharing. Is that conducive to if you were in a relationship?
I wouldn't care
about that.
I honestly wouldn't care. Whatever you find, you deserve to see it. If your heart get broken, that's on you.
Right. But why would you even want to set yourself up for that?
I mean, ask the person that's asking for it.
I feel like if someone requires in a relationship, like that's one of their standards, or we have to have, we have to share things like that. There's a lot of insecurity there.
What if you think he's lying?
As far as what?
Kenya said, what if you think he lying?
Oh, okay, she's asking if I think he's lying when I go on the phone. Absolutely. You know your nigga. You don't need to go on nobody's phone to prove what your man is doing. You know your man better than anybody else. So if you even get the inkling to go into his phone, you know it's some bullshit in here. Nah, I ain't doing it. If he lying, I know he lying, and I'm gonna go with what my gut is telling me. We're gonna have the conversation based off of whatever facts are surrounding that. I'm not going in no man's phone. I refuse to. He can have it laying on the bed. It could be wide open. That's not my business. If I'm supposed to know, it will come to light.
All right. Enough with the password stuff. You know your love languages.
I do.
What are they? What's your top two?
Food. Take me out to eat. My top, let me see. My top three, affection. I love affection.
So that's physical touch.
Physical touch. That's totally a part of my love language. Time.
So quality time.
Yes, absolutely.
Physical touch and quality time. All right. So
not
can you
big bag brown? Shut up, Fred.
All right. So what makes you feel desired and submissive during intimacy?
When the guy takes charge. I feel like if you can really, and I'm one that like to, handle my business too. Like I like to take over and let me do my thing. But a guy that just takes over the moment is top tier for me.
Top tier? Okay. All right. So do you know what signs you dated that you did the best with or you get along the most with? You get on better with Geminis or Scorpios or Cancers?
No.
You don't know?
Besides my kid's father, he was a Taurus. I felt like, I've been in relationships where I loved, but I can't really say. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. None.
Okay. All right. Last question from the yellow deck. What emotional baggage are you working through, and how is the progress been?
Emotional baggage. What does that really consist of?
I mean, it could be anything. It could be with your kids. It could be with your ex-partner. It could be with your family. Like, what's emotionally weighing you down or had weighed you down, that you're still working through?
Probably my most recent situation. I don't think the thing is, I feel like I am, and I guess it depends. It depends. Because I don't want to give too much, because I don't want to expose, too much of myself and too much of the other person or whatever. But I just feel like, it probably my most recent situation with a guy. I feel like my trust level has kind of depleted. Like I'm trying to rebuild, letting people in more freely without always thinking there's some kind of conspiracy or some hidden agenda or something like that. So I will very vaguely say that.
Okay. I'm not going to try to trust. Yeah, trust issues, but you don't want a person's cell phone code.
No,
okay.
No, I don't. I mean, I want
just
don't aggravate
me.
What you say, Fred? What's Fred saying? Why he leave? Nobody leaves me. I promise you that. I have not been left yet. And when I move on, they've been this block. So
you left there.
I mean,
All
I feel
right.
like we had to move on because there was a lot of foolishness that was done and going on. But you know, you have to trust. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that.
All right. So is that we move on to the next game?
Tommy said threesome with your man.
Oh, it's all right if we move
Oh,
on
okay.
to the next game.
Yes. I'm trying to I'm trying to engage with our viewers too. Yes, go ahead, Jeff.
All right. So the red flag indicator game, right? 70 questions. This card deck asks a lot of intimacy questions
Shut up,
and a lot of moral questions. You want to see what people's morals and integrity is at and intimacy. This is the card game that you really want to purchase. So the first question is
they on me about that.
do you do threesomes?
I have never.
Never. Are you interested in it?
I mean, it depends on what role I'm playing. I ain't licking nobody cootie cat. That's out.
So a woman can eat you out, but you won't do
potentially. I'm open. Yeah, I just can't be the one doing all that. But nah.
So is a threesome 2 guys and a woman is still considered a threesome, or
for some, not for me.
Okay.
Absolutely not. That is completely off the table.
Okay, so no 2 guys.
No 2 guys.
No 2 guys and no baby oil.
Please leave the baby oil. Please leave the baby oil at home.
Okay. All right. So, so if your potential Mutombo say, hey, let's get another girl, you with it?
You know, honestly, I'm truly a pleaser. I like to see my man happy. And I feel like if that's something that he would like to participate in, I mean, I've never done it. So I'm only speaking off of what I feel like I might do. If it were presented to me, and that can change, I could get in the moment and be like, nah, but I feel like I like to please and I want to make sure that my man is happy. And if that's something that he may or may not want, I would be open to considering it. I'm not going to just say no because I don't know.
Have you ever been approached? You've never been approached by it before?
I have, but he wasn't my man. Oh. He was somebody else's man and they asked me and I was like, nah, can't do it.
That's why. So, all right. So,
just I don't know. A little bit conservative.
Okay. All right. At what point in a relationship do you think it is appropriate to discontinue using condoms?
Damn. What?
I mean, that's the card right there. That's the.
I see it. I feel like when you guys really are serious about being monogamous, when you guys, when the conversation is had and everybody feels like, okay, this is what I want to pursue. I think, you and I should make it official and things like that. Ideally, is that always the case? No, but ideally that would be the moment for me.
The moment for you.
Yes.
How often those moments happen?
Not often. See, I'm a longevity kind of a girl. Honestly, I'm a longevity kind of a girl. I mean, you don't really know what other people are doing anyway. So I think it should be.
I need a refill.
It's for the best. I feel like you should initially start, with condoms anyway. But I don't. The people that I've done, and I think that's why I haven't had as many relationships, is because even in situationships, like if I really feel that person, it's a long-term thing for me, which is unfortunate because I think that's kind of whack. It's like, girl, if it ain't going nowhere, let it go. But you do become comfortable with people. But I do,
So, LaToya.
What she said? Because I can't see a lot of.
So, wait. So, LaToya, this question is in this deck. have you ever checked a man's my chart? That question is in this deck somewhere. But have you ever checked a man's my chart before engaging?
No.
No. So you just trust him and
thus far.
let him shoot up the club.
I don't know about shooting up the club, but
Are you on birth control?
I am.
So you probably let him shot up the club.
I'm not.
Kids everywhere. Your walls painted.
Oh, man, Justin. Why you gotta put it like that?
How was I supposed to say it? Like he ejaculated in you before? Like you
No, painted the walls and all kind of shit. You just are ridiculous.
Too much. All right. Who is responsible for a woman's orgasm or a man's orgasm?
I think they're equally responsible.
Okay, equally.
You have to participate in that.
Okay. So what's the amount of time frame for someone of your stature to what you need to,
Be direct. What's the question?
What's the amount of time you need to get there, get to an orgasm?
Well, it depends on the guy. It depends on what we're doing.
I mean, for you to get to your
honestly, I've had really good sex without getting to that point. So I don't think it's no time frame for me. I mean,
so
sometimes
you don't care. So you don't care if you have one or not during sex.
It's good. I mean, I'm not. It's no pressure.
All right. So
as long as what you supposed to be doing, we're enjoying ourselves. It's good or whatever. It's not like, oh, I need to come in 5 minutes. No, like who puts a time frame on that? Like I just let it flow naturally. If it happens in 30 minutes, if it happens in 5 minutes,
you don't care.
As long as it's,
as long as he's good and you good.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
As long as he's good, you good.
Sex without eating, I think it's easier for men to get to that climax than it is for women. So it's not a big thing for me. As long as you really doing what you're supposed to be doing, then I'm good.
Interesting. Okay. So you're unselfish. You're an unselfish lover.
Unselfish. I know what it is. I'm not. Look
what? I mean, good.
I'm just saying, I don't think, timing is everything. I mean, timing isn't really everything in that situation, because I feel like as long as you are enjoying yourself and it's good, and, I feel like it's going to come anyway. Like one of my things, I'm good. I don't need.
One of your things. That sounds current.
I didn't say I was practicing abstinence. I'm just saying.
So you have one of those things. So you have multiple things. You have a rotation.
One
of my things. So you have a rotation.
I don't.
You sure about that?
Let me sip my wine, because you asking.
All right, so you don't.
But
care.
It's not hard if I
All right, so you're a selfless lover. You don't. However long he wants to do it, you fine with it. Okay, so you don't check his my chart. Condoms optional whenever you feel comfortable.
Ain't no fucking optional. Don't start that shit. I just said, ideally, if you're moving forward in a long-term relationship, and you guys feel that you want to be monogamous with one another, then you could probably remove the condom.
Okay. All right. So, what will be an epic quest you will only embark on with your partner?
Is that like a sexual question?
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. However you see it.
Ask me it again.
What epic quest would you only embark on with your partner or perfect partner?
I don't know. Only with my partner, because I feel like
some things I know some people will be like nude beach, for instance. I'll go to a nude beach with, my husband.
to be with my partner. That's why I'm trying to think, because I feel like I'm very spontaneous and adventurous. So we don't have to be a year in a relationship for me to be like, oh, let's go have sex on the beach. I could do that with,
So an orgy be possible?
I said that already.
You said threesome, not an orgy.
Well, what's the difference? I don't know. I'm not that sexually inclined.
Orgy is like group activities.
Oh no, absolutely not. Hell no.
Would you go to a swingers club or a swinger resort?
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm open
I thought
to
you're spontaneous.
No, I'm not into that.
So you think say a mile to walk around naked, or you do that single?
I don't think I'm even doing that single. Like, what's the purpose of that?
Two in the pink, one in the stink.
I mean,
This is what your people ask. I'm reading the comments.
I feel like what?
Tell the truth, Bobby.
What? Two in the pink, one in the stink. It's like, what are y'all asking me?
Would you take two fingers in the pink and one in the, a thumb in your butt?
That's not even anything that's far-fetched. Like, I feel like there's nothing that I'm doing that's out of the norm. Like, I'm not into all of that extra shit. Okay. Like, it's just, I would be the most I'm probably willing to do is maybe, like I said, a conversation about the threesome. All that extra shit, walking on the beach, fucking on the beach, I feel like that stuff is done already. People have done that. I've done that. That's nothing, adventurous. We going to fuck on the beach? Cool. Let's go, car sex, like
basic stuff.
There's nothing. Nah, no, there's nothing that I would
Don't read the comments. There's
no, thank you.
Have you ever crossed professional boundaries to engage in sexual activities with someone who was providing you, massage or male strip club? Any work? So no, like somebody came to fix your pipes.
Nope.
Your sink got clogged.
No.
I
have to like you, and this is a conversation.
The UPS man,
huh?
The UPS man,
no.
the mailman.
I'm not a one-hitter quitter kind of girl.
The Amazon delivery package guy.
Nope.
No. Okay. You never had a one-night stand?
And yeah, and that's because it was whack. So it was like, you don't come back. Yeah, nah. But honestly,
I thought you okay with the little 3-minute chump.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
You said for me. You didn't say for him. I didn't say I wanted a 1-minute man. I'm just saying that it doesn't have, like, for me to get my shit off. There's no time frame. Like, I feel like I'm not pressuring him to make me come in 3 minutes. Is that what you were asking?
No, I was asking
maybe
like, how long do you need? I mean, how long you expect a man to please you for? I mean, are you happy with 2 minutes? He give you 2 minutes. Are you happy with that?
No. You know what? I misinterpreted what you were asking me.
The people in the comments, they understood me quite clearly.
Oh no, no, absolutely not. Are you crazy?
No, are you crazy?
No, Justin. I didn't know what I totally misinterpreted the way you were asking the question. I thought you were asking me if I needed to come within a certain time frame before I'm like, okay, nigga, your time is up. No, but are you? Nah, what?
So how
At least, I mean, it depends.
foreplay is a must?
Absolutely.
If
Who
he
just
ain't
going
eating,
straight
you
to
ain't speaking?
that part? Hello?
Are you sucking?
Justin, you in my business. No, I'm not. Next question.
Have you ever had a work wife or work husband? I mean, work
Work?
wife. Have you ever had a work husband?
No.
Never. Oh, okay. Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
Is he playing?
I ain't playing.
First
I'm
off,
asking.
all they getting from him is 3 to 5 minutes.
I'm asking for my tumble.
Oh man. If you push the boys a bit more. Shut up, because I feel like I'm being pressured. Oh my God.
All right. So this next guy is gonna be potential forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's an uncommon question that people don't necessarily ask. I typically don't ask it on lives, but I'm going to ask it today.
You know what, Angie? That lady ain't hardly say no shit like that. Don't have her come looking for me.
So, would you be willing to face legal consequences, including jail time, for the sake of your partner?
Never.
Never?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Because I have children that I need to be home for.
Okay. All right. So, hypothetical situation,
Okay.
right? He's in the house with you and the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and the intruder breaks in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, your man got one felony already. He then go grab his gun, shoot the guy, kill him to protect you and your family. He gets arrested.
Mm-hmm.
You still gonna let him go to jail, or are you gonna be like, I don't got no felonies, I take the charge?
First of all, my man is not going to want me to take the charge. He's probably gonna, and that's self-defense. So he'll probably get unlawful use of a firearm. Is that it? No, he'll probably get because what?
Go ahead,
What's
keep
his
going.
charge, Justin?
Keep going. I'm letting you talk. Go ahead.
He'll probably. What's the charge where you don't have a license to carry or something like that? He'll probably get, and then, oh no, because the Connecticut is like a 5-year. Yeah.
In Connecticut, there's no self-defense laws. That's number one. I said he has a felony, so he don't have a pistol permit, and he can't have a gun on him. So he's fucked.
For my husband, damn, that's a tough one. I mean, he is protecting the household. How much time do you think I would get? But
you would get way less than him.
Look, I'm not built for jail. I'm built for a lot of shit, but Ayanna is not one of them. So I would really have to think about it.
I know women that been in Ayanna and they say it's pretty cool.
I mean, if I'm getting 30 days, I could do 30 days compared to his 10 years. I'm not going to jail for 5 years, Justin. I don't have.
So what's the minimum? I mean, you won't know what you're getting until you face trial. You have to blow trial to figure out what you're getting. So the question is, are you going to stand trial for him?
And he's already been in the system.
So he's looking at an easy minimum 10 years.
A minimum 10. So that means
are you licensed to carry?
No.
Oh, yeah, he's fucked. So the question is,
it's probably his gun anyway, because I don't have until I get licensed, I'm not gonna have a gun. And he is protecting me and the kids from the intruder.
Latoya said, just say no.
I feel like that's what I want to say. Yeah, it's real no-ish for me. I'm not I'm not that ride or die. I'm not. Mm-mm.
Now, this question right here, right, literally put a lot of things in perspective. Like, man, should I really marry this chick? Like, can I really hold her down? Should I? She ain't
Because
gonna
I
hold
won't
me.
charge.
I'm just saying. I'm
I
just
feel
saying.
like
Listen,
I
all I'm saying
feel
is, all I'm saying is,
mm-hmm.
it will make you think before jumping into a situation head first. This is what these questions are designed for, just to have the conversation so you can be prepared. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of women will say, hey, just tell me the truth. Be honest. Are you just here to smack?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you really looking for real love?
Mm-hmm.
And then you be, all right, I'm just here to smack. And the girl will be like, I'm not deuces.
See, I'm
You know
sorry.
what I'm saying?
Fred said he'll never let his woman do time for him. I feel like a man shouldn't.
That's all. Listen, it doesn't matter. What matter is having the conversation and being transparent with each other.
TT said he already got a felony. He used to jail. My sentiments exactly. You know the ropes. You know how this works. And
So
you know, honestly, I feel like if a man comes to the table and he even asked me that question, I don't think he would be the man for me.
I wouldn't think any man would ask you that.
Right.
Unless he's in the heat of the situation.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like if he's asking me that question, he's already.
So would you want to have these conversations beforehand? These problems arise, or you rather have them in the heat of the moment?
Absolutely.
So how could you be like, oh, you're not the man for me if
Because I feel like there are certain questions like that's a little far-fetched. Like, why are we talking about guns? And if somebody come in and you do X, I just feel like don't ask me if you want me to be honest about that. And if that's a deal breaker for him, like and that outweighs all of the other qualities that I bring, then he's not the guy for me. Because like Fred said, he would never ask his woman to do his time. Any nigga asking me to do anything.
I mean, technically, it's not his time; it's your time because he protected
your
family.
Time. It's not your time. It is not your time. It's his time.
So you pretty much saying, let me and my children get hurt.
I'm not saying that.
But that's what you're saying. You're saying this is not my time. This is his time. I'm saying this is our time. I'm here protecting you, and you're saying, fuck you. I'm going to move on with my life while you go to jail. That's what you're saying.
Oh, no, that's not what I said. What I said was, I'm not going to do time. Now, would I stick around for a little while?
So you saying it's a red flag for a man to propose that question, but you're saying, hey, listen, I'll stick around for a little while. I'll support you, but, I'm sorry. Yo, peace out.
I mean, it's kind of a bit of a catch-22 because that's a red flag question for me. Anybody ask me anything about me holding them down while they in jail, I don't even want to have the conversation. The answer is no. But I
can respect that.
But under those circumstances, the dynamics change. I wouldn't leave you for dead after you protected me and the children, but I'm not going in the Bing to do no time either.
I'm not saying you should go. I'm just saying,
what I mean? He didn't even have to have a gun. Get a baseball bat. Knock the gun out of his hand. Bing.
And still get shot. Get stabbed. You heard Carmela say, you come through that door, yo, you getting shot.
Right. That's
what Carmela said. Like, bottom line.
But as a fella, you're not even supposed to have a gun. Where'd the gun come from?
Everybody has the right to bear arms. I don't know. But I'm just saying, it's a little messed up. The question comes up and you be like,
that's a breaker for you. If that question came up and they said
no, it wouldn't be.
Okay.
It wouldn't be.
That's not a red flag for you.
No, it's let me proceed with caution. Let me move correctly. If I like you, I'm going to move correctly and protect myself because I know if I'm ever in a situation, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
I just have to be mindful, okay, especially depending on the level how I like you. If I like you, because the red flag is I like you. We about to get intimate. Like we going there.
Mhm.
We just need to iron out just some small details.
Mhm.
You know, there's so many other questions in here, like what would you put in your will? You know, if we get married and I'm not in your will,
Mhm.
do you really like me? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and it's like, would you share your social security number with me?
Mhm.
You know, if we serious, like, and you say no, it's like, damn, do you really like me? Do you not trust me?
Mhm.
So that's what I want to flesh out with these questions, building trust, you know, communication, and you work out through problems. You work through.
Mhm.
You're not supposed to be like stage
Right.
left. So the fact that you're going to leave so quickly because over a matter of opinion, it's the emotional knee jerk reaction. It's
You
not
know
even
what?
well thought out.
I've been through so much. I've dealt with felons. I just don't want to have to. I've dealt with somebody incarcerated. I don't want to relive that. Like those are not. That's not what I have designed for my life. I
So
don't want no.
so
No.
so let's take a step back. So
Okay.
let's take a step back because I asked you what type of man, you know, qualities he had.
Mhm.
You didn't put out there he can't have a felony.
Oh
He
no.
needs to be educated.
To be educated. He has to be family oriented. He has to love his mama.
What level of education? Because a
I
GED is
mean,
educated.
I prefer someone with a college degree. Honestly,
Okay.
uh, is that a deal breaker? No, but at least be able to have significant conversation because I don't necessarily believe that you have to have a college degree to be smart. You don't need a college degree to be financially stable.
So how
You
much
don't need
money he needs to make?
preferably more than me. Um,
What's more than you?
6 figures at least. I want a rich nigga.
We just discussed how most women make more than men.
But that's what I'm saying. I said preferably. I know that's not realistic,
All
but
right, so realistic number.
at least on the lower ends, I would say at least 60.
Okay, 60. All right, cool.
On the higher ends, give me a man with 6 figures. But I'm willing to accept somebody with like that has a I mean, just be able to hold your weight. That's it. Because I feel like even guys that make less than that, $40,000, right? I feel like they can contribute in some way. If they're, because it's not how much you make, it's what you do with your money. So if he's a good saver, he's responsible with bills, he's prioritizing, he has a savings account. I feel like, you know, especially here in Connecticut, they ain't paying a lot, but the rent is sky high. So I can't really realistically expect someone to come in and make 6 figures. I don't make 6 figures. So, you know, just someone that can come in and hold their weight, basically.
Say they 50 share, 50% share, right?
No. Mm-mm.
All right, we about to wrap it up. So any advice to give to that potential guy that's going to see this?
Yes. When you approach, make sure you approach with sense. Make sure that when you approach, you meet all of the standards, you're respectful, you're goal driven, you have a career, you're a good communicator, you're emotionally available. You ain't got 5 baby mamas. But be confident within yourself too. You know, I'm a confident woman. I want my man to be confident. And respect my boundaries.
What's your boundaries? All right. All right. All right. So,
But I did have a question for you.
what's the question?
So I have posted a post on Facebook about men not paying bills, since we're talking about men and what I feel they should make, um, and, and what I think they should contribute to the household.
Mm-hmm.
What is your perception on that? Because I feel like
my perception is, so I have a business, so I don't really want to manage the house. Um, Tell me how much money you need for the house, and that's how much money I'm going to sell you every
buying
month.
baby mothers is definitely a deal breaker. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So tell me that number you will want from me. I don't care how much is the rent or whatever it is. Tell me that number you want from me. I'm going to tell you how much I make.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me the amount of money you want from me. I'm going to sell you that, and that's that. I don't care about how much the lights. I don't care how much the rent. I don't care about how much anything costs. That's all you. I mean, that's all you. You figure that out. Here goes the money. Leave me alone. Tell me the
That's
dollar amount.
fucking lip say until it's time.
Hmm?
I feel like guys feel like we're using them when we ask for the full rent. They feel like we're looking for them to take care of us.
I mean, so unfortunately, we have to translate it to men in a certain way. Um, they don't understand that they're not buying groceries. They're not paying the light bill, the water bill, this and that and the third. All that stuff totals up to, almost what rent would cost.
Mm-hmm.
Groceries cost. You want a meal 6 days a week, 2 times a day. So when you present it to them in full, if you just say, "I want you to pay the rent," and that's it, no, you got to let them know the other back hand of the stuff, and then they go, "Oh, okay, all right."
Mm-hmm.
They can justify it in the head. This makes sense to. I'll just pay the rent. You taking care of everything else. Cool. I don't got to buy no groceries. I don't got to worry about buying dish detergent and all that other shit. What? Here. It just don't make sense because women don't. I don't care. I don't care. Women don't know how to communicate.
No, it's not that.
If you translate it in the man's language just as much a man need to train it in a woman's language, it will, you know what I mean, it will be okay. So I had to learn how to give a woman security. The best thing to give a woman security is give them control. Here goes the money. She would, you know what I mean, she don't have to worry.
So your advice to those men that feel like when women communicate that they should
translate it to a man or tell the other side of it.
translate.
Because everybody's just saying, "Oh, you gotta pay the bills. You gotta pay the mortgage." I'm not paying no
No,
mortgage. You live with me.
no, I
But
don't
I'm just
think
saying,
approaching
what?
men. I feel like we're making it as basic to the point like I'm feeling like some of these men are remedial. We're
Yes,
making,
we are.
but
We
say
are.
that. Say
No,
we.
I
I
don't.
don't.
I
What
don't. I don't.
what is it that you're asking me? Because they automatically feel like we're out to get them for their few pennies.
No,
Like,
because we always
bro, I'm
have a few
supporting you.
pennies.
I'm not out to get you for your money. I have my own money. Like, but I do feel like as a man, if you're gonna come into my space and we're living together, you have to contribute. And I mean significantly. You should, as a man, want to provide for your family. That should make you feel good.
So first off, it's you and your 3 kids. That's your family, not mine.
No,
So
no,
you
no.
want
I'm
me?
hypothetically speaking. I'm not speaking directly to you.
No,
I'm just saying.
I know you're not. I know you're not. But I'm literally talking to you like if I was potentially your man. First, though, you want me
Oh,
to? I gotta take care of 4.
Right.
I went from,
Certainly. That's a package deal. You know, when I come to the table, I'm telling you, I have 3 kids.
and you think that's not a hard pill to swallow or to chew for a man? It's like, damn, yo, like he can't process.
When
Men process much slower.
that's not they do, but we not going with that. What we're doing is I want you, it's reciprocation. So if I'm approaching you as a man and you say, Jan, I have 2 kids, I have 2 daughters, 2 sons, whatever the case is, but I really want to pursue a relationship with you. And I would like to cohabitate. When we cohabitate, there's nothing, I mean, you process it initially, but when I decide to pack my stuff and move in with you, I already know, I knew the 2 kids was there before I moved in. So I'm already processed that I have 2 extra mouths to feed. It's 2 extra people that we need to make room for. It's 2 extra kids that may want to engage in curricular. If you ain't got the finances to do that, you shouldn't be pursuing nobody with 4 kids or 3 kids. You
Got no comment.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say.
You should not be pursuing a woman with kids that you cannot support as a stepfather.
I have no kids, so
Okay, so that's why you're looking at me like a deer in the headlight. But
exactly, because it's just.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
End of the day, they got their own daddy.
She automatically start counting child support. Exactly. That's why I'm like, you know, it has to be a cutoff. It has to be, you know, you have to set your standard. Are you willing to deal with a guy that has 5 kids by 5 different women? You know, these women are going to need things. You know, these kids are going to need things, right?
So the last guy you dated, how much money he made?
Like almost 6 figures.
Almost?
Like high 90s.
90s. And he had kids of his own.
He had twins.
Yeah, twins.
And they were in college at the time. They probably still are in college.
Expensive.
So that's very.
I mean, 90,000 is not a lot.
I mean, not here in Connecticut, but it's enough to sustain.
I don't live in Connecticut. 90,000 is still not a lot.
I didn't let him go. He was being foolish.
No, he was like, red flag. She wants to take care of her and her 4 kids. Fuck that. These young chicks that's 30 years old with 1 kid, it sounds much better.
My twins and his twins were the same age. The thing is, no one's asking you to come in and on your budget sheet put Ayanna's twins and her 11-year-old son. However, when you come into that environment, you should already anticipate knowing that there are some things you're going to have to do for these additional kids in this house, whether it's extra groceries, an extra couple of dollars on the light bill, because now with 4 people in the household. You cannot pursue people with kids if you don't want that responsibility. That's crazy. Am I speaking foreign? Am I?
The last 2 seconds you just explained, you explained way more than you explained the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, maybe that's okay.
You said way more. You was like, I don't expect you to take care of them, but I could use some help. Oh, of course I could use some help. I could give you some help. What help look like? You know, if you want to put a little extra money on the groceries or a little extra money on here, that would be greatly appreciated. You didn't say none of that shit.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't elaborate.
But this is what I'm saying, that women don't explain the other half and what it looks like. It just sounds like you just want me to take care of you.
Gotcha.
Y'all do way more talking than listening.
I was saying you have to come in and buy the kids they sneakers and they school clothes and all of that.
You speak in Spanish? Yes, she is. The fuck, yo. The kids got their own damn daddy. The fuck? You get child support, don't you? You want to pocket your child support and use my money to...
That's not what I meant.
Like, even your own people in the comments are saying, yo, you don't say.
Okay, well, I elaborated. Now y'all understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I had to pull it out of you. Like,
okay, well, sometimes that's what you got to do.
And this is why these cards is very important. Because a lot of times y'all don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to communicate with each other. Like, I asked you what the first couple of questions I asked you what the finances will have to be like. What would that situation look like?
Mm-hmm.
All you said was they need to save. They need to have a savings account, they need to have a checking account, and that's it. You ain't mention nothing about debt. You didn't mention nothing about credit cards. You didn't mention about hopefully they have a mortgage. You didn't mention nothing about okay if we live together.
I mean those
joint checking account for the bills. We can have our own separate personal stuff situation going on. Like you ain't thinking about.
You're the interviewer. You're supposed to ask the follow-up questions, right, TT?
No.
I mean,
so you're deflecting.
No, I'm not deflecting. I'm not deflecting. And I do understand with you. I do agree with you rather that in communication, we do need to be specific. We do need to go into detail. We do need to elaborate so that the other person can understand. But some factors that are important to you may not be quite as important to somebody else. You know, and for me, I feel like I would have to be with someone who is equally yoked. And I don't come to the table perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. And there are a lot of things that I still need to work on as well. But I feel like if you have core values,
religious.
Huh?
Religious.
What are some other being considerate, being trustworthy, and things like that. I feel like a lot of the other things will start to kind of they'll fall in place.
They will.
Because we could paint a perfect picture of the guy or the woman that we want, right? We want this person to come debt free. We want this person to be financially sound. We want this person to be XYZ, but we do also have to give people room for growth.
So you're saying you're still going to go to therapy and still grow with the person that you're dating. High five.
No.
So you say, come on, don't contradict yourself now.
No. I'm just saying, Justin, dating is very complex these days. Like,
so when the last time you went to church?
The last time I went to church, it's been a while. I want to say last year, but I'm very spiritual. I don't feel like I have to go to church to believe in my higher power or to praise or to give thanks. So I don't have to go to church with people who's phony and doing all of this stuff and making a mockery of the church in order to get my you know, in order to be in touch with my higher power. But I would like someone who does believe in a higher power.
So if he goes to church, you go to church.
He doesn't have to go to church.
I'm saying if he do go to church, I
will go to church with him. If he asks me, would you like to go?
If he's Muslim, would you turn Muslim?
No.
So you don't want to not eat pork?
It's not about not eating pork.
You don't want to take your shoes off before you go in the house?
Iman, I want to be in front of the pastor.
All right. Well, Ayanna, I mean, it was great chatting with you. I learned a lot.
What you learned?
I learned that you still have some work to do. I bet Anthony and Latoya will agree. TT will agree.
What I need to work on? You can't just leave me with that. You got to give me some advice, some suggestions. What did you?
It's not. I'm not the licensed therapist. I'm not.
So I need to consult with. You got work to do, nigga.
I mean, we all do. I'm a work in progress. We all do. You know what I mean? This is a never-ending battle of, evolving. Every new level, there's a new devil. You can't go into that next chapter with the same tools that you had fighting the last level. Even Super Mario Brothers, they had different tools they had as they was going to fight King Koopa several times. So,
She know. Anthony, shut up. Ain't nobody trying to have no more kids.
So this is where we at. Yeah. So Matumbo, wherever you at, you gotta be 6'3" or taller. Chocolate.
I did not say that, Justin. I said 6 feet. That's
6 feet and taller. Chocolate. You have to have 7 to 9 inch.
no. Yo, I'm not playing you.
That's what you said. You said 7 to 9 inches, right?
And go ahead.
That's what you said, right? Yes. You said he has to have 7 to 9 inch.
Preferably.
Okay. All right.
And no, 9 is big. 7, 8.
So why don't you say 5 to 7?
No.
Okay. He must be spiritual, believe in God, can't have no felonies.
I didn't say that. You said that.
I'm saying towards the end. I said, why don't you?
No.
So he can have felonies. So you can have felonies.
No, you asked me about a scenario if he had felonies.
Then we realized that
time for nobody, but I didn't necessarily say he couldn't have felonies. Okay. I mean, people change.
Okay, so he can have felonies, but he needs to be educated. With a bachelor's.
Mm-hmm.
So a guy with a bachelor's degree with a felony is okay.
There's
that's rare
out here with felonies but are educated.
All right, cool. White collar crimes.
You see what I'm saying, Sheena? He dragging it. He is definitely dragging it. Talk about some 5 inches. Boy.
Sheena probably can't even take 5. I'm sorry. I don't even know Sheena. I'm sorry.
Nobody want a 10-inch Peter, 12 inches of that's crazy. He know what he listening to what he want to listen to. TT. Ain't nobody paying Justin no attention.
We're gonna find Matumbo for you. Putting out on in the universe, and we're gonna find Matumbo.
I don't necessarily need a Matumbo though.
Would you? Okay? You said no white guys.
No, but he doesn't necessarily have to be Matumbo.
I mean, okay.
Don't be naming him that.
What you want to name him?
Michael.
All right, so Michael. 6 foot, chocolate.
I said between complexion and dark skin. You see, you take, and this is why women and men always are in confrontation.
You said dark skin.
I said I prefer a dark skin, but between your complexion and dark skin.
Okay. Preference is chocolate.
But
you're flexible on brown to dark.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Age range?
I would say 35, because I'm okay with dating a little younger, to maybe 50 would probably be my cutoff.
Okay. All right.
TT said, but you came at her for not communicating well.
No, I heard her very well. Very well. All right. Well, we're gonna find you that. Listen, it was great. Cheers to you. Appreciate you for joining me. And
Arthur at 35-year twins will be his ass.
we're gonna check back in 6 months and see if that guy comes sliding your DMs. And Justin asked her what size she wear. Anthony
That's
asked what
business.
So you don't want Anthony's question?
And for what?
I mean,
that's all he needs to know.
Okay. No, I mean, not well, I need to know what the public is asking. Must be an inside joke. All right. Her shoe size is men's 13.
Oh, fuck you, Arthur. Your mama.
Her size expensive. Any other questions from the comment section?
I have a question for you, Justin. What is your ideal woman?
A 𝗙cie𝗹𝗹cie𝘄.
A who?
A 𝗙cie𝗹𝗹cie𝘄.
What is that?
Rest my case.
What is that?
Someone that's intelligent.
𝗙cie𝗹𝗹𝗪. Let me see. Okay, go ahead with your big words.
Anthony said Google it.
I did. And what else?
You know, I'm not here being interviewed. It's all about you.
Okay.
All right. Don't worry about me.
Don't worry about you.
Don't worry about me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dark enough for you, so.
Justin, what are you going to do?
I'm not chocolate. But yeah, it's been real. It's 11:30.
Justin, we have to do this again.
Yeah.
We're going to revisit this whole thing in 6 months.
And next time we're going to bring Art and Anthony and Marie. We're going to bring them all on it. You know.
We need to. Oh, TT was already here. We need to bring LaToya. LaToya would be a good person to have that conversation. I'm just reading some of the comments.
Y'all follow the Blerdy page. Check out my card game, please. You know, they on sale now. Pre-order. It's a great tool. It's a great tool for you to use to, you know, get to know someone better. Figure out if they're the one or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you did a really good job. Mm-hmm. I hope that your endeavors take off and you know it becomes lucrative because that's the goal. But I think you did a really good job with your card. I'm really excited to see what it does in the future, and I'll be tuning in for sure and popping mine from the other side.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you a card deck because I really want you to.
I'm gonna play that game. I have game nights, so we gonna turn up in this joint.
No, forget game night. I want you to use it when you're on a date with that Michael,
but
Matumbo guy.
Prepare each other. Like if we have game night, I can prepare the girls for some of the questions that they can ask their man how they respond and all of those good things. But definitely.
Yeah, because just by yourself answering these questions will help, you know, really dissect what you might want from a man, from your partner. Most people really don't know or have a complete thought. So when you sit down and write it down, that's what I did when I was asking, coming up with these questions, and I had to write down the answers, and I could actually, after a long thought, um, I could actually describe it now in full details, because words is powerful. Words is meaningful. If you put the words out there, and that's what you're going to get.
Right.
So you have to really be specific and precise on what you want, because if you put it out there, God will deliver it to you.
Right.
So, you know, I don't want a woman with felonies. It's just is what it is. So,
Right.
like those stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want no smoker. If you a cigarette smoker, that's out. If you smoke weed occasionally, cool. You know what I mean? So I put that all in there for me.
Right.
You know, so I suggest everybody to do that. Come up with their list. But these questions will help break it down, and as well as those uncomfortable questions that you're afraid to ask, like what's in your my chart? And if a guy don't have a my chart on their phone and you about to be intimate with them, that would make you think twice on being intimate with them. You would definitely scale back. If not, yo, you just one brave soul.
Just living life on the edge.
That's a fact. So yeah. So, you know what I mean? When you don't have the heart to ask these direct questions, you have an scapegoat. You have three scapegoats to reference to at all parts of your relationship as you grow. And then when the way how you was thinking in your early 30s is not the way how you thinking in your, in your early 40s. So you will definitely come up with two different questions or two different answers, I mean. So definitely go to shopblerdy.com. Please follow all the pages. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. And if you're interested in being interviewed and playing this game with me, as well as you want my help to find your Michael, if you want help finding Michael, because I'm literally meeting all different types of dudes and women, I could definitely plug you, inbox me, set you up, talk, and I'll help you with that. But till then, it's late. I gotta get to work in the morning.
Thank you, Jus.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Good night. Stay blessed. And this is actually pretty good. Yo, yes, you buy this. Check this out. Huh?
You'll get a sponsorship.
Yeah, maybe. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy.